Hello and welcome to episode 53. It's our Midlands map and it's against the station as a train pulls away for a nice clue. I've got another clue for this one. It's a bit of a tricky one. Although this clue might give it away, you can guess either of the stations this represents. I believe it's the only one on the map that is a dual station. It's representing two because it's so close, and given our scale we couldn't... I didn't want to just do one or leave the other one out. So that's it. There we have it. You've seen the train. And some guy walking up to the station over there. It's kind of active. I mean, there's a few people here. It is very much a branch line. Anyhow, too many clues. Where are we heading today? We are off to Northampton. The plan over the next few episodes is to get to Milton Keynes as soon as possible, because I want to send the Virgin services that we have currently turning around at Rugby all the way down to the portal. We're going to have a portal past Bletchley, and that's where our London trains will actually head off and turn round. Not very efficient if you're going to play the game, but we're not technically playing the game, although we are taking advantage of some of the mechanics. Right then, shall we get on with it? We're heading off to Northampton today. We're back at our massive international freight area, and I noticed something. Look at this. If you look really closely down here, these are connected by chains. What a nice touch that is. You can just see the little chains. However, there's a glitch in the matrix. I don't know what's going on here. Keep an eye on the tender. We'll just zoom out. What's this? Glitch. Did you see it move? Look, we'll go back. Look at that, it dances. I don't know what's going on there. It's a little bit weird. Anyway, there's a reason we're back with our freight train. Vehicles. I've done the replacements on these for a good reason. If we go to the back, we're getting rid of this one. If we open up this, and hopefully it doesn't crash. I've also got some new locomotives. Don't know where they're going to appear in the list. It's a freight train. This goes 62. Jones Goods. This seems like something we can have running goods around, even though it's for the Highland Railway. But you know, we can have a bit of mix on there. Anyway, distracted. Another mention was the brake car. There it is. We have it here, and we're going to stick this on the back. The reason I couldn't see it last time is because if you filter it, it doesn't show in either locomotives or wagons, but it is there. So if you've got this installed, I've added it to the list. If you've got this installed, it will appear between apparently between trams and coaches. Let's add that on. Hopefully nothing goes horribly wrong. We'll replace now. We're not going to see it added just yet because you're going to have to wait until it gets to a station. So any of you who know, we can we should bring this back up. Let's play it. Any of you know what speed these sorts of freight locos were running around in the early 30s, 1930s? Drop a comment below, and we'll look for a suitable train. I'm not going to restrict them artificially. I know there is a mod to do so. We'll be doing that with speed limits. Look at that, isn't that cool? I always love this screechiness. This is the bit that just adds a bit of extra to the realism. We'll get to see his brake car, no doubt. I'm kind of tempted to take a little ride before we do some track laying, because there's one thing we haven't done, and that's go over the Rugby Bypassy thing. That's not what it's called, is it? The Rugby Flying Junction this side. I thought that would be a cool way to start. Northampton. It was... I looked on the map, and I've been researching, obviously, and it was a little upsetting. A bit like when I realised crab wasn't actually in seafood sticks. Yeah, I was disappointed, but Not quite as much as that. I don't know where I was going with that story. Alright, anyhow. Given that things are being have been dismantled around Northampton, it was quite busy back in the day. I still feel... Oh, this is kind of cool. I do like this. I mean, it's lacking some scenery at the moment, but I will be working on it. There we go. We went over the top of the West Coast main line there. Where was I? I lost my train of thought. Look at them building over there. Still lost my train of thought. Are we going straight through? Yes, at the end of the series, I want to get the modern, or the current, rail network all built up. Oh, that's steeper than it looks. Are we going the right way? I thought we headed... No, the other way's to... this way here's to Nuneaton. This is the right way. Don't like what you done there. We don't do trees on the track like that, Mr. AI. Did you not? Oh, actually, that is acceptable. I take it back. Look at that. It would just brush the top. Hey, AI, you're brilliant. Anyhow, I want this to get up to here before we do any work. Oh, he's following the passenger service. So, at the end of the series, once we've got all of the infrastructure of the current rail network for this area in, which is going to be a lot, we're going to un-Dr. Beaching some of the network, if we've got time. So that's something we can do. It might be live streams, I don't know. But I want to fit some of that in and, like, add some of the tracks back. Oh, what are we waiting for here? Let's have a look. Let's go up into probably the passenger service we've been sat behind. Is this it? London Euston to Birmingham New Street, yeah. We should be free to go shortly. Let's there it goes. Beautiful. Look at that boiler. Goodness me. What a lovely train that is. Sometimes I just like to sit there and admire it. Do you know what? Coventry just built straight up, didn't they? That's just back. we demolished all that. This might be our first delivery of food as well, so very important. Alright, let's play it on normal speed. I want to see this brake wagon on the back. And make sure the game doesn't crash. Alright, do it. Put it on. Don't crash. Yes, it didn't crash. That's brilliant. There it is. So now we have a brake car on the back. With a... It's got a light on the back. That is perfect. And a little guy. Who's going to be in there for eternity. That's perfect. Oh, I love that. Brake wagons on the back. Does that satisfy your need for a little bit of realism? I like this where you snake out into the thing. We should have food now, shouldn't we? Yes, look at it. We have a lot of food there for our trucks to pick up. They'll go and drop it off. It'll be interesting to see where it's all going. Perhaps you can see it when you have this selected. Let's have a look. Food. You can. So we've got 5 going to the High Street, 8 going to Victoria Street, New Road, King's Road, Manchester Road. Look at it. Spread it out. Multi-drop. Love that. That is absolutely wonderful. Okay, should we get building? Here's what I've done. This is the M1. The M1's going to be important as that's kind of scooting underneath Northampton. This is where we're heading. Into Northampton. We've got all the suburbs around here. We're going to kind of head into this lovely gap we've got going. We're going to head in further north because we've got a depot to come in here too. And for the majority of the track, it seems like it's in a cut-in, so we need to get down into a cut-in. We don't want the catenary on. We can leave it playing. Oh yeah, we kind of do want to head down, but maybe not straight away. How are we going to... Maybe it will just naturally bury itself? Yes, look at that. Okay, so we just naturally bury ourselves. We're going to work our way down to about here. We're going to have Northampton Station here. We have to get this right because there are 3 bridges here. 2 of the bridges have disused rail lines. In fact, they've been pulled up, I believe. And one of them is the active one for our London Northwestern Railway services. We do get a bit of a cutting. We could head down a touch just here. I would like the cutting in because it is there. We're kind of heading up a little bit. Oh, okay, we don't want to keep going down. Oh, we are making a cutting there. Do we come out of it, though? No, we don't. Okay, mistakes were made. With that in mind, we can just head straight and eventually get up there. Or get down. Get up. Up, down. Let's go all the way down here. This is going to be helpful to expand our... No, see, now we're not getting in a cutting. What was going on there? Yeah, you're not doing a cutting anymore, are you? Maybe we went down too far. Let's just go down a touch. Like, we don't want to go... That's a little bit higher. Maybe I had downward slope still selected. No, we're... Alright, that's better. That's better. We'll get this. Princess Royal? That's a monster. Look at that. LMS Princess Royal 462. Distracted already. That's good. Where's the depot? Let's have a look at that train. Where is our depot? It's up here, isn't it? Well, we've got one up here. We've got loads. Buy trains. LMS Princess Royal locomotives. Look at you, you monster. These were Sir William Stanier's first Pacific-type loco built in 1933. There we are. 89 miles an hour. What are they? Are they freight? I mean, they're beastie, aren't they? They've got good tractive effort and power. They're lovely trains. We might have to have some of those on. Are we tempted to switch that brake car out as a test? Do you know what? Let's do it. It doesn't really matter because we've got no cost on. We're not going to sit and watch it though, guys. We're going to go back and build and then we can have a look once it's changed. So, replacement. I'm going to put the bread car back on the back as it was before. It won't take long. Because, I mean, it looks... What this could do as a brake car if it's a bit buggy. Oh, no, I don't want any colour whatsoever, do we? Just want bread. Do it. Add. Okay, we've got that on the back. Replace now. Let's see how that does. Okay, so now comes the bit that we've got to try and get right, which is where we head in. And we're going to keep it all flat and straight. It's not as... curvy as it should be, but this bit will be. We need to get a depot in and we need to get the station in, and there is a freight pickup point just here which has like stone and stuff. Well, it's actually closer to the station. I would like to get all of that in. Whether we do or not, I don't know. We've got to do this right, and get this wrong, we're in trouble. We probably are going to be raised up a bit. No, we're going to stay flat. That's perfect. We are going to slow down to come into here. Now, the depot... Ooh, let's just build it there. The depot should be this, like, fall in between Darlington and Queen's Park. However, I don't think that's going to leave us much room. Let's see how big a 200-metre station looks. I mean, it's absolutely excessive for the trains that we're going to be running down here. Because it's only London Northwestern Railway that come through here. The odd Virgin train early in the morning. And we're just going to use the basic one. We're going to knock off all of the things. We're not going to set it up just yet. This is just to try and get the scale of what we're working with. Do you know, if we could get it in there, the depot, we could indeed do that. Rightio. We might be in with this. We are going to have to pause it now, though, because we have to build our network, and we don't want the AI deciding that having houses where we're building is a good idea. Because you know they will. You 100% know they will. Just when I'm about to place it, they'll be like, ooh, I think we should have a road there. We're heading in the right direction then. We need... Well, actually, we could head out further that way. We need to kind of wiggle a bit or a lot. I like that so far. If we start the depot somewhere there are some bridges and stuff around here too. We haven't got them, but we could force make them. Kind of another disused line down there. What I would like to do is kind of head to there, then wiggle back round. Oh, maybe that'll be where the bridge is. Okay. Then we're going to wiggle back round. The depot's going to kind of sit in that bit there. Then we're going to come down like so. We made the S bend. So I just realised it wasn't facing north, but luckily we're kind of going the right way. Let's get rid of some of this. And I don't know what you're doing there, but it looks silly. Now we can go straight here. I don't know whether we want this up that high. I want to put this in briefly. It's kind of... well, it is 3-track. It's a bit of a bizarre station. Do we want 4? It would be this side. And the entrance is kind of on a bridge. Well, it is on a bridge. Which we can't do. Not properly, anyway. But I do want it shoved down the other end. That end. We'll see how that goes. This is in temporary. What we do have is another station. Or more platforms, but they're in a... they'll be shorter. And I wouldn't say... where is it? Where is it? Where's our... yeah, here we go. We'll swing that round. This would be... that'll actually be 3. I've messed up here, so we need to fix this immediately. Didn't take long, did it? We're missing a transit track. Transit track's 1, and we want it on right. Left. No, we want it on the sides. Come on. What are you doing? That's not how we need it. We want 1. Center. Don't tell me I've got to put this the other way round. No. I don't want it there. Oh. Well. Alright guys. I have tweaked the station a little bit. We've just got the outer curve. And I'm happy with it. I've also gone ahead and just lowered this a bit. It was a touch on the high side. So we're going to bring this down to about there. That should give us what we need. There we go. We're a bit lower now because we're going to need a bridge either end. Which I forgot about. And so we're going to have to sort that out somehow. Hopefully, we can still get over there and make our bridges. We can. So that is perfect. And we need to go over the top as well. About here. Bit close to the river. Actually, we might be a bit too close to the river. Let's take it back a touch. We don't want to be right next to the river when we've got to put the road in as well. We'll try back there. Alright, I think that'll do us. This is the River Nene. I'm fairly confident about that. I guess what we should do is show you what I'm doing. And this is why this station is there. Let's bring up the map. This is the station building just here. Now you can see all of the stuff we need to do. This... some of these are... well, all of this is disused. We're going to have to figure that out. This bit here is our freight area. We're going to be picking stuff up from here. Might not be able to do all of this tracking. You'll see the outside track. We've got the transit track in the middle there. And then we head off, join up. This is disused here. And this is the other section we're going to have to do. Not used the most, but I'd like it in anyway. And yes, that's how it's looking. There's the River Nene. Yay! We kind of got this bit near the station. However, the main bit is this one, and obviously we're a bit condensed. And there's the A4500 going over the top, 4500, whichever you want to call it. And I don't know what that would be. Would that be the A428 Spencer Bridge Road? The A428. There we go. Goes over the top there. There's our depot. We're going to be doing this. Kind of looking forward to that. You can see freight trains already there. So we're going to have some more freight coming into here. That's not loading. The internet's just decided, nope, we're not loading that square for you. That looks amazing. So anyway, that's what we're doing. It's probably going to take a couple of episodes to get that looking how I want it. Now, the main reason we're doing this is if we head down here a little further, there's our railway line. This is the important bit. This is the West Coast main line joining back up to the Northampton loop line, which is obviously the one that goes into Northampton. And there's our station layout. We're obviously not going to manage that. But we do want this bay platform, which is 3 platforms. Then we've got the 3 here. Right, should we get on with it? Let's get back into the game. I'm going to need this one back up. Alrighty, guys. We're going to give this a go. Like I said, it's going to be a bit trickier than it should be. I don't like what you're doing here. In fact, is this all Northampton? Oh, we've got Cotton End and Northampton. Don't like this either. That's a bit crazy. Don't do that. We're going to have to get rid of some of this because I want it to actually come out higher and straight. I don't want to get rid of everything. Don't like all this, what you're doing, really. Don't like any of that. So let's try and sort this out a touch, shall we? Because we don't want it any further down than it should be. We want it kind of, yeah, up like that. Oh, gonna have to redo that as well. So if we do it like that, we put a road in the middle. This is the sort of level we want to be at. This is pretty much how I go into towns. It's just a like a representation of what's going on. It's never 100% accurate. Any of the main roads, though, tend to go in, such as the A roads, serious A roads, especially ones with bus stops on. I tend to go for that. We're going to official episode this quite a lot. We don't want it too crazy. I kind of want more of an embankment around here. That's why this is all being done like this. Well, I'm a little worried about Cotton End here. What is this place? Please say this is Cotton End. Right, that's Cotton End. Oh. Please tell me that's not the last houses. What is this? Industrial building. That's a commercial building. We don't care about that. Is that Cotton End down here? No. I'd imagine that's Delapre, isn't it? I would imagine that's what that is. Oh, that's a little unfortunate that this is down on a slope and these are our only houses. So I'm not sure what these belong to and there's no way to find out. Well, let's just connect this for now then. I think that's the best bet. Let's not get rid of it. Once Cotton End's built back up around here, we'll do something with that. We'll get it all nice and leveled up. We're going to need that road coming across the top. Right, this bit should be fairly straightforward, he says. We're going to come back in there. We're going to need our tracks on the outside, like this, but we want them straight. So we just want them here, and then we want it to... We're going to have to hold shift, probably, to do this. Oh, yeah, we don't want it shift. There we go. But straight, just snap out there. Maybe if we go longer and then we can get it snapping like that. I know it's a bit excessive, but I want this bit to not curve around here. So now that we've got it straight, we should be able to just go like that, he says. Which we can. Oh, come on. Go up to there. Have the other one there. Which kind of drifts out a little bit. And then goes back in. I think that'll do us for that. Yeah, this is going to be important. Really important for us. It's another major station. Even though most of it's gone now. And we've still got to do this other station on the other side. Right, is that too far now? If it is, we can just cut it off like that. Get rid of that bit. There we go. I think that's closer to real life. Right, let's see if we can do something with this. We do join back up with this track. It should be a little straighter than that, but what we're going to have to do then is pretty much just come in at that angle. That might do us, actually. Coming in at that angle. I sort of like that. We've got, see, we're missing this bit, which is where some of this drifts off to, just kind of there. And then they bow out and join again. This bit's confusing me. So what we need to do, I think, is delete this back and send this one out straight. Like so. Because it should be at the right angle. I think that should be like that. That seems to work better for us. And that would come in like there. Then we can have this one. This one splits two ways. It kind of forks out that way. And goes in here at the same time. That's better. This is the only trouble about things like this. You gotta improvise, otherwise it goes horribly wrong. Because you just run out of room. This eventually joins in as well. So we're going to be heading over that way. We do have like a little turnaround point. Now, this is going to have to start curving round to join us. This is going to be an interesting layout to try and replicate. And it pretty much does that. I have to use shift there. Yeah, I like that. And then straight. There we go. I'll take that. For now. We've kind of got this shape going on. That exists. We are branching off there. Now we're going to be meeting up with it kind of this way round. What we're going to have to do is come off here. And do that. I think that's better for us. That way. We're going to have to get this station in as well. So this is the one that's coming around here. Now. Goodness me, what a nightmare. Hopefully this is all flat. This bit is connecting up here. There are like all sorts of crossovers here. And it's just nuts. It's nutty. It really is. Right, this is going to have to come down here. This is going to be our platform. But obviously we're going to have to get this straight, aren't we? Otherwise it's going to look a bit of a mess. I can hear you. It's already looking a mess. What's the best way to do that? Oh, I know. Think about it. If you draw out tracks from here, it will be parallel, wouldn't it? Yes. We need enough room for a bit of a platform going on. Would that do us? Probably a bit more. Probably there. We know that's straight now. We do that like that. That should be straight for us. Connect that up to there. There we go. Okay. That should give us the angle we need. I want to make this a little smaller. Even though it's technically a similar size. No, actually, we could send it up. But make it 160. And just see where we're kind of heading there. We don't need it. We don't need the platforms quite that wide. It is that kind of layout. If we reduce the platforms to 6. Okay, I kind of like that. And we don't want it to have a building. But we do want it to have a street connection. Ah. Maybe we should put a little building in there, like a gatehouse. That kind of works. Okay, we need to send this up much further. Alright. How's that looking? Will it connect? And will there be an... Ooh, it's close. Can we make the platform's a little chunkier. See if it just touches. I sort of like that. And I sort of like that that one curves round. Maybe 8? Come on. You are so close to touching. 9? Oh, that's perfect. Get in there. Look at that. Look at that. It almost looks like one continuous station. They're a bit close here. But what it actually is kind of a little roundabouty area. If we can get that working, I'll be super happy. Right, we're going to somehow make that work. I wouldn't mind it to be that one instead. Right, you go out there. And then out like this and curve round. Can we connect these? Yes. I mean, this is a bit massive, but I will take that. More official episode time. I think that'll do us for around here. For the station, anyhow. Might have got this bit a bit wrong. Or a little bit wrong. Because it's actually just one track here. And this one does some weird stuff. It kind of curls out like that. And then switches back in. That should be interesting. We'll send this one out to mimic that. Because you've got the sidings here. Which we're going to need to replicate. Somehow. And I think we can do it. But I would like them... heading off at that angle. This is why there's a big section here. And this is supposed to be all overgrown. If we can get this in, I'll be happy. We don't have to go full on. We should get them as I put in all the things. But we should get them in. At the very least. There we go. And that join in there, yes it can. Not 100% accurate, but at this point I'm going to take it. Okay, well, they kind of all do some weird stuff. And I do want to get this right. So this isn't the bit that it comes out of. What would be better is that. And then that. That's better. I much prefer that. We've got another one that does something similar here. So we'll take that up to there. And this does a weird thing like this. There we go. And that will join into there. Because we're not the exact same size, I'd like to bring that one out and that one out as the last two. And then this is going to join up with all this. So that should be entertaining. There we go. And that goes straight. And one of these is going to be a freight line that joins up with our... It's going to be stone. We're probably going to put a quarry out somewhere. Let's smooth all this out so we know what we're doing. I'm happy with how it's going. Alright, that's a smoothing spree done. Now we need all sorts of things going on with this. Goodness me. That is there. What we need this to do is head over like into here. And then across like that. And then what I'd like that to do is heading... I'd actually prefer it to go straight. Like this. If possible. First. And then into there. Just to give it... Just to break it up a little bit. You know? And have trees in the middle. No, we don't want trees in the middle. How's the essence of Northampton turning out? Are we happy with it? Do you know what? It's kind of happening, isn't it? It's kind of Northampton. In fact, it's more Northampton than I thought it would be. Which is saying something. because I didn't think that would work. We might want to make that a bit quicker, because that is branch line territory. Ooh, 40, 45? 45 might do us. I kind of prefer that. That looks better. That's much quicker. These don't need to be quick. That doesn't need to be quick. We're going to have to fit the depot in. And yeah, we're kind of much bigger than we should be, but it's alright. Never do that, do I? Some things just, for me, I feel like, you know, go almost 1-1. We're probably only 1-3, 1 in 3, a third of the size rather than a fifth of the size here. Which is why a lot of things will sometimes shift where we need them. But if you recognise them when we're doing cab rides, the odd place here and there, you kind of know where you are on the map, even if it isn't 100% accurate. And that's the sort of thing I'm heading for. Now, timetables. I've seen a lot of people offering their timetable lists. If I'll let you know now how I do the timetables, I'd like to bring this up here. When I'm working out what trains we put on, that should be 200 meters, shouldn't it? Yeah, when I work out what trains we put on, I do it based on the trains, a 2-hour period between 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock. And I take the trains there, the majority of trains. I then, if there's an oddity in there, I'll then look through up to 5 o'clock. So off-peak hours is the trains I go for, because they're the most regular. Now, what we can do, once we have all the off-peak regular trains in, we can look at any services for the rush hour and replicate those by having almost mirror services that with the odd only one train on or something. They'll probably never be used by the AI, but they would make for a good bit of scenery, really. That's what they'd make for. Right, we're going to be missing a few things here. We could have one here. That sort of exists. It goes like that. I mean, we don't have much in the way of houses over here. Then this one needs to be the station. Our freight station. We'll have another one coming up there for no reason, just scenery. And then we need to put out, let's get down here, freight, zigzag. We need our zigzag in there. That's going to be the aggregate turnaround, which is what's going to be going on over here. For us, it's going to be a stone, and we've got lots of room around here where we could have a stone quarry. And we'll truck the stone quarry, the stone from the stone quarry up to our aggregate place, which is kind of going to sit there. We want to get rid of that anyway. And this needs to hook up, so we can do that from about there. That is spot on. I'll take it. We'll still need the road across the top, both ends. And it's going to be interesting going across here because of all this shenanigans going on. Our sidings are a little bit smaller, but I tend to do that with sidings because you don't need them full size. We're not really doing anything with them. I might bring this back a touch. This looks like a better place to branch off for this, for the actual freight station we're going to be using. We're going to use it as a terminus building. That would be better, wouldn't it? Now that we got these, we want this 200 meters. That's almost perfect. That's almost perfect, and we can knock the building off. Main street connection. Yes, we do want that. But I feel like we want it down here and none up there. Oh, we could keep the building. No, there is no building. There is no building. Don't put a building on. Where's the building? Where do you turn off the building? Platform spacing. Doesn't really matter at this size, does it? Can we turn the building off somewhere? I thought there was a a way to turn the buildings off with this? Oh, there we... Is that it? We want normal small. But we want it urban new? Medium? Medium. I think that's better. Or do we want it that medium? I kind of like that medium. Yes. Max street length. We don't want it very big. Just be like that. Underground pedestrians. Disabled. Show station building. There we go. Got it. Right. That's how we'll do that. I like it. So far, so good. We have another freight building in. We're going to have this as a smaller road going out. Like that. Actually, it could just join there. Make a crossroads. Our trucks are going to be delivering into here. What I need to do is re-enable. We're missing. It keeps re-downloading stuff from the workshop. And undoing my edits. There's a little freight station I want to use there. It's the one with the wire fences around it, and that would be perfect. Now this would need to go out a little bit further. And that should do us for that. Our depot is going to sit here, where this bit is. And Darlington's going to have a bridge going across all of this shenanigans back into Queen's Park. And it does have like a... It does... Let me see if I can do it. Let's save it. It does a little wobble in the middle. If we get this up like that, go straight, it actually does this. But given that this works, I'm kind of tempted to have something like that. But how does this one look? I'm almost tempted to put this in because it just kind of went in there, didn't it? It looks a bit high though, to me. It looks a bit high. And I feel like we should be a little bit further down as well. Ooh, that's awkward. We need to be between the depot, which is going to be the... Yeah, we're going to struggle to get that bridge in. It shouldn't be massive. We might have to have it there. But that's huge. That's way too big. It would be more likely there. See, it's little things like this that are normally quite tricky. Because you'd have to do something... Well... Now, that's a possibility. That is actually a possibility. If we... Can we... Ooh, just there. I might take that. Let's put it in. You know, I might take that. Except we're going to struggle with the depot. Unless we have the depot, like, back here, which is a bit closer. We could have it sitting there and... Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we should put that in last, once we have the depot in. I like it, but I'm not sure it should be there. I do like that it's on an embankment there as well. I mean, we could always go over there. Well, we don't have long left at all. Should we... Let's pick the depot building. It's going to be these ones. These are about the only ones that are close enough to what we have in the UK. We just build a line out here to figure out where this is going. We might be able to... Yeah, do you know, we might be able to just go there. That is super tempting. That is super tempting. Now, can we put another one in? I can't never remember how close these need to be. Well, that's about spot on, isn't it? Do you know, we could really put it like further down or not. Because the road across It would have to be up there, though. And it would have to be at that angle. I'd really like to put it in the bridge, kind of where closer to where it should be. We have a lot more going on here as well. This doesn't quite do it like this. I got a bit carried away with joining with the other one. We should be coming off kind of like this and around like that. Actually, we should be a bit straighter than that, but you know, we'll take this. I think. See, what we should be doing here is going across. Come on, you can do it. Should be going across onto this line. Like that. And I would imagine not very quickly either. Okay, we have everything going on there. I know, there's so many crossovers. Now, that one doesn't make sense. What would make more sense would be something like that. But we're not leaving ourselves much room, are we? Maybe, instead of connecting like that, we connect like this. And you can see it now. Put a double slip switch there. Just because we condense so much. But I do want some detailing around it. It's a massive area like this. So I've gone a little overboard, as per usual. We could go a little further north with this line. And no, do you know? Maybe we can just improvise and make that work. So this is going to go round like so. We have the crossovers going all the way across. Needs one more there. Again, I don't think they'll be very quick. This is like an old track going off like that. Would be there. This isn't the main line anymore. This is the auxiliary line, so that would be connecting to there as the main line. Sort of speed. I like the speed, that's fine. This would connect in. I don't know what this one's doing just yet. It's times like this, I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. It's just crazy. Yeah, do you know, we're going to leave this bit until next episode, because what we have here is lots of sidings. We actually want to be doing something like this. So I need to leave this little section here is where we're going to have the road. So if we put the road back in, what was it, like page up twice? Kind of go like so. Wait, do you know, it's not page up twice, is it? We might just be able to get away. It was nothing. Might just be able to get away with it. Can we... Wrong way. Can we just do a little... Oh, that was it. There it is. We get it just like that. And like that. We got a little... Do you know, I'll take that. How's that looking? It does bow a bit. It's not perfectly flat. It's more like that. And if we head up to there... I don't like that though. We could have a much better transition than that. Give us a better transition down to there, as it does it again. It doesn't matter, game. It doesn't matter. I don't want a nice smooth transition. That would be silly. You're going to do it from there though, aren't you? There we go. That's better. That's better. That's in. We're going in the middle of town here. We're getting rid of the silly tiny roads. We're not doing that just yet. Don't know what this road's going to be. Oop, I'm going to click on there. Do that. Upgrade that. I will definitely take that. I like that. So now that we have this in, our depot's going to sit here. And then we've got massive sidings on this corner. And when you come in on our cab rides into here, that would work for us. You'd see the depot first. And then we've got all this, which needs some scenery. Again. But what do you reckon? is that close enough? I think that's close enough. I think it is. This is going to be heading out this way. We're going to be joining in and doing some stuffs over here. So we'll do that. They're just sidings. I mean, what we might have... I don't think there's actually any locos that go up and down there. This is going to be used. This is going to be used. This will be... what are we going to call this? It will be Northampton aggregate reverse. I think that'll do us. Yes. Progress has been made. It's going to look quite amazing once it's detailed up, I think. In fact, I'm fairly confident. The only platform of this that's used is this one, sometimes. So to finish off then, we're heading this side of the bridge. And we'll do our depot area. The sidings are going to start coming round here. And that will be Northampton in. Then after that, you know, we can play it now. We'll let them build and do some whatever they're going to do. Regrow, so we've got some work to do. What we need to do once we have all that in place, we have the Midland mainline, which is coming down here. Oh look, the train's about to change over and get... Oh, it's already got rid of the brake car. Ah! Now remember it was poor. Yeah, mediocre. So that's bugged. I'm not going to put the brake... I mean, here's the interesting thing. We could put the brake car in to... oh, is it because it was loaded? No, it was empty, wasn't it? Power rating, mediocre. It still has not enough power. I'm not sure about that. Answers on a postcard for that. Anyway, away it goes. We're going to have some more freight trains running from here. My first thinking was to pick up stone. I know this might sound a bit silly. Take it all the way to here. We'll have our working cement factory at Lawford. And we have the freight area here. Turn it into construction materials. Drop some off for Rugby. And then take the rest back all the way down back to Northampton. So it's like shuttling backwards and forwards. It doesn't have to be like that. But let's give it a purpose, right? And then we'll have our freight service running down here too. But this time it won't be using DERF here. We'll have more going on here too. We've got the plastics factory there. Right then guys, let's wrap up, shall we? That has been episode 35. Sometimes when I do stuff like this, I feel like I haven't achieved much. But now I look at that craziness, it's not a bad attempt at Northampton and what goes on there. We've got some more to do out there. I'm looking forward to the West Coast Main Line coming back into meters so we can head to Milton Keynes, which almost is looking as square as it should. There's Bletchley. That is the last place on the map. In fact, we are super close to the edge of the map. Bletchley might be a sort of terminus. Because it would seem a bit silly to go any further. Because we have to get the track going up to... Look, there's Flitwick that I pronounced wrong for goodness knows how many episodes in the first series. We've got Kempston up here and Bedford right on the edge. So we're going to have a bit more detail on those. Okay, end the episode, Gran. Alright guys, I think we're going to sit here and watch our freight train trundle through Coventry. Thank you. Alright, let's hit the Alt-G. Thank you for watching. If you like that, hit the like button. How do you think Northampton's coming along? Is it okay? Is it starting to take shape? I think it is, personally. Once it's detailed up, it will look lovely. We're going to do the depot on Thursday. And I'll let you know who won Guess the Station. If anybody... Here comes our freight train. That is wonderful. Oh, and a passenger service, the shuttle, no doubt. As that heads through, it's going to be so amazing when we have more freight. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. All the links to Discord, Patreon, Twitch, which I never go on, but Twitter, I do drop a few comments on Twitter, and Facebook are all in the description below. Hit show more to take a look at those. Also, the mod collection for the series is in there. Right then. And away goes our shuttle. So, until next time, where we'll be doing a big depot in Northampton, take care.